Hello and welcome to the old Fliers. Recently I posted a video about the Boeing 707-138 that John Travolta had donated to Haas Museum in Australia. We know Travolta as an actor, singer, dancer and producer. How many of us know about his aviation story? John Joseph Travolta was born in 1954 in New Jersey, USA. He began taking flying lessons at age 15, earning a license at 22 years of age. According to the Air and Space Museum, Travolta is now the holder of 8 jet licenses, including the Boeing 747, Boeing 707, Gulfstream II, the Hawker 125, the Lear 24, 25 and 36, the British Vampire jet and the Canadair CL-41 Tiburon jet. He is the current Living Legends of Aviation ambassador as well as a brand ambassador for Bombardier business jets. Travolta has used his skills in humanitarian causes such as flying his Boeing 707 to Haiti after the 2010 earthquake, bringing medical supplies and doctors into the disaster area. Appearing on the Oprah Winfrey TV show, he offered to fly the studio audience to Australia. Oprah picked up the bill for that. He won the American Institute of Aeronautics Foundation Award for Excellence in 2003. His home is in Jambalaya Aviation Estates, a fly-in community at North Central Florida's private Greystone Airport. Would that appeal to you? John was the first non-test pilot to fly the Airbus A380. It was the Qantas chairman who said to him, "If I could finagle a test flight for you, would you want to do it?" He said, "Are you kidding?" According to data from JetSpy, Travolta currently has 4 aircraft on N registration in the USA. These are a Dassault Falcon 900. Running cost is $4,478 per hour. Built in 1986, the Falcon 900 has a range of up to 4,000 nautical miles and can seat around 12 to 14 passengers in a typical configuration. 177 were built between 1986 and 1999. John used to own a Boeing 707-138 before donating it to the Haas Museum in Australia. This Boeing 707 is perhaps Travolta's most well-known aircraft. Here he is in a short clip taking us for a tour of this aircraft.
This is my airplane. The Boeing 707. It's the coolest plane ever made. It revolutionized the airline industry. It cut times in half. Suddenly you could be twice as far, twice as fast, overnight. And so I have a real honest love of this aircraft. The dedication up there is Boeing 707 Jet JTT, that's my son. Clipper Ella, that's my daughter. It normally held about 180 people. It now holds 34. Look at these massive engines, 4 of them. I'll take you on board. You get to see the inside. Come with me. Come to the cockpit. We're going to fly ourselves to Los Angeles tonight. I'm going to take the captain's seat here and operate those 4 big engines that you saw outside. Since I was 5 years old, I'd be home in New Jersey, and I'd watch these planes fly over my house, and I fell in love. This is the galley. It's a very cool area. This is where the meals are made. Enough glasses and plateware for about 34 people. Here you got the whole layout of the airplane, so if someone needs something, it'll light up. Here's the menu for the flight tonight. Okay, shrimp cocktail, filet mignon, dessert, cheesecake, chocolate cake. I'm trying to lose weight. I don't know why there's all this, but who asked for that? This is the main salon. You've got people that help you. They come here, they sit, they eat, they have dinner. You could be hearing Jill Scott, or you could be watching John Travolta and Sorte. Good job. Bedroom. This is where my wife and I get to sleep on a long trip. I get to come onto the plane, and we get to take off out of JFK and fly to Los Angeles. It's cool. What can I say? I have to pinch myself to believe it, because it's not just having the plane that's cool. It's having the plane that you grow up with, that you loved, that you admired. Say goodbye to the crew. Say bye, everybody. Bye. Thanks for coming. You've seen the plane. I hope you enjoyed it as much, even a little bit, as much as I love it. I got to get to LA.
Despite being built in 1964, he continued to use the jet until a few years ago. The model 707138 was a specialty shortened version of the jet made solely to fit the needs of Qantas. The fuselage was reduced in length by 10 feet over the standard 707, which allowed it a lower operating weight and therefore more range, something that was important for Qantas flying the Pacific and using shorter landing strips. John's Boeing 737-300 operating cost $10,154 per hour. Built in 1988, this 737 has a rich history of airline service. It began life flying for British Airways, later flying for Maersk Air, Germania, and finally Delta Airlines from 1998 until 2007. Back then, it was configured with 120 all-economy seats. The airplane was given a Boeing business jet makeover into a VIP configuration. Travolta took ownership of the 737 in 2022 and announced in March that year that he had received his license to pilot the aircraft. John's Eclipse 500. The Eclipse 500 is a light jet, the newest airplane in Travolta's stable. Developed from the Williams V Jet 2, it was built in 2008. 260 were made, and unfortunately for Eclipse, the company massively undervalued the aircraft from the start. It was initially marketed at $775,000, but that ballooned to $1.4 million. Even that was too low. The company entered bankruptcy in November 2008. As well as his currently registered aircraft, Travolta has a rich history of interesting aircraft. One of the most iconic is the Lockheed Constellation. Travolta owned this Connie for a short period in the mid-1980s before it was bought by Vern Rayburn, restored, and is still flying today. This Constellation's story is told here. For a time, he owned a DC-3 Dakota built in 1943. In 2005, the DC-3 Clio met its demise in Hurricane Wilma. Other aircraft include a Canadair CL-41 Tutor, which he donated to a university, and a Lockheed Jetstar. Then there was a Bombardier Challenger 601 and a Soko Galeb G2 fighter jet, 2 ultralights, and a DH Vampire fighter. Yes, John is a talented pilot, wealthy enough to indulge his passion. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and donation to the channel will make you feel good, I guarantee it.